Starting live.
Yes.
Should have gone back. Right, we should be back live-ish. Just check it. We've gone back live. We've gone back live. Yeah, Carol. Yeah, we got a few in. We're all in. Adam's watching it. Yeah, we're back live.
Good.
We're back live.
Welcome back.
Let us know if you've watched the video. We don't quite know what we're doing yet, to tell you the truth, and we've had too much gin already, so I don't quite know where we are. I've got my laptop here, so I'm trying to just see what's going on. There we go. Joy right here. 1 minute ago. That should be us then, is it? Yeah, we got 70. Yeah, we got 70 odd of you back in here now. Fantastic.
Thank you for joining us again.
Brilliant. Thanks for coming back. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was, like I say, we've got a really weak signal. It's Wi-Fi broadband. We're in a bit of a dip here. We're at Last of Summer Wine Company. We just look out the window and there's old blokes rolling down the hills in Baths all the time. So it's all a bit strange sometimes. But we have a really rubbishy signal here. So that's why we did the video. If we disappear, we'll come back on if there's any questions or anything like that's going to go on.
We are going to taste the gin with you now, so apologies for not mentioning that first. Ray, if you could call
Hang on, everybody says there's no sound. Is the sound good for you now? Because
can you hear us?
I've got a couple of people saying no sound. Yeah, was I supposed to put pink grated fruit and strawberries in the same glass? Yeah, you're right.
We're going to mention that now.
We're going to talk about that now.
Well, first of all, can I just say, because it's lockdown birthday for some people, so it's one that you will remember, hopefully for good reasons. First of all, it's Alicia's 25th birthday. Hopefully I've
happy birthday!
Correct, so cheers and happy birthday. Blaine Flint, it's also your birthday. And Joe Harrison, it's your 40th, so cheers.
Cheers.
And we've also got a fellow home birthday watching.
Yes.
So Kieran.
Sunday.
Come and see.
Was it Kieran? I thought it was a lady.
No, Kieran. So
Kieran.
after the lockdown, please come and say hello.
Come and say hello to us, yeah, brilliant.
However, we're going to try some gin now.
We're going to do some neat tasting
So
now.
If you can taste this.
Yeah,
now,
but I always give...
Now, we don't like the term perfect serve. It's your gin, you drink it how you like it. We're going to taste it neat. If you prefer it with tonic, have it with tonic. We always go with the plain tonic so that you can taste the gin rather than an additional flavour. So we've got some.
So if you remember what the lovely girls from York Gin were telling you about, you know, get in, have a good smell of it, and like John Murphy, our friend John Murphy, who did a little bit of tasting for us, really have a good smell. Smell the pininess of it. What we've tried to do with this, when we tried to develop this right in the very beginning, we talked about 36 recipes. What we wanted was, I wanted to get these 3 points of contact. I wanted to get the sweetness of the juniper and coriander on your tongue, the peppers at the back of your throat, which is the grains of paradise and the cubic berries, and then right at the very end, I wanted to get that lovely warmth of cinnamon and licorice right at the end. So as a neat drink, see, I can drink that, you know, end of the... Don't worry, you can't drink neat gin all night, or you can, but it's a very short night. We have very short nights here. It's a short night. So you're initially going to get that sweetness of juniper and coriander on your tongue. Yeah, and then you get that pepperiness. Not everybody's heard of cubic berries, and not everybody's heard of grains of paradise, but that's the pepper hit that you're getting on your palate. And then right at the end, in all fairness now, we've had enough gin. We've had a bit of gin already. That's why we came on last. We came on last, so we put a video on, so we didn't have to talk because we knew what state we might be in. So with the neat drink, you get that. We use strawberries as a tonic, as a garnish, mainly because peppers and strawberries go really well together. But we only want to use strawberries when they're at the best. So the finest English strawberries in summer. When they're out of season, we don't want to be using them.
They are out of season.
Yeah.
Before anybody sends us a message, we know they're out of season. These are Spanish.
These are Spanish ones, yeah. The best English.
They're not the nicest.
Yeah. So we then use the pink grapefruit, and you know the pink grape, as John Murphy says, you saw in the video, the flavour really penetrates down into there. which is really nice. So you get this lovely, you get a lovely neat drink. We start off with a gin. If we were having some friends round, we start off with a gin and tonic, with a big gin and tonic and a great big balloon glass, one of these big glasses. You can fit a whole bottle of wine in there if you really want. It's so we get as much as we can in there. Get flowers in there, get garnish in there, and then gradually through the evening we start dispersing all that. So right at the end of the night, you end up with a neat gin, block of ice.
Yeah, the first drink goes too fast, so you need a long drink for your
Yeah,
first
lovely,
drink.
really nice,
Yeah.
really nice. So it's good. So we went on this adventure. We started this adventure very much like the guy from Jinting, not really knowing what to do. But my sort of background is an engineer, and I'm just looking at the clock. I know we've run over, but I'm quite happy. As long as there's people watching, I'll sit and talk here all night. This is my Saturday night out as much as it is yours. So the moment them figures disappear to nothing, there's still 84 of you in at the minute. The moment they disappear, we'll stop talking, we'll shut down. But if you want to carry on talking and having a drink with us, fantastic. Yep. So my background is an engineer. We met in the RAF at RAF Honington. So Rachel, so I was an aircraft engineer. Rachel's unlike telling me, Rachel used to be refueled Tornadoes amongst other aircraft. I'm not allowed to mention that. So we've got this Air Force background, so we like making things, we like fixing things, we like doing things. So I wanted to go down the distilling route. I knew which way I wanted to go down, and I like the mechanics and the science and the how do you build a process into building it. 3 years, thinking about it, cogitating, cajoling, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, finish another project and started, which I still haven't finished. And then all of a sudden you're in too deep. You're in deeper than you realise, and you've created something. You've created a brand. You've created something that people want to pick off the shelf. I remember the first time we stuck our first duty stamp on. Yeah. I remember thinking, crikey, that's it. We're there. We've actually done something that you can put into either a supermarket or shop, and people are wanting to buy off you. And it's a tremendous feeling, really tremendous feeling. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I'd recommend people to do it at all. If you if you want to do it, really look hard into it and decide whether you want to do it or not. Like I said in the video, it's not super hard to do. Marketing's hard. Was it last year? Last year, every weekend we were at a festival somewhere. Yeah. Every single weekend.
You're missing birthday parties. Everything.
You do.
Your social life does.
Your social life ends up revolving around gin festivals, and I think somebody else in the evening mentioned how the gin community is fantastic, and it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah. We've made some really good friends through the gin community, but you lose your other friends because you're not going to parties, you're not going to barbecues, you're out entertaining other people. So this lockdown's been all right for us.
It has. We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed being at home. Yeah.
We're enjoying ourselves a little bit. But I'm going to have a little top up. Yeah. Do you want one, Rachel?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to continue drinking this.
That's my new one. But I will say we do a raspberry as well. And what we do this raspberry a little bit different. We don't add sugar to this at all. It's completely sugar-free, preservative-free. We add raspberries to it. That's what we have our base gin, our London Dry gin, and what we do with it, a lot of gin distillers. There's a couple of things they will tell you, a couple of things they won't tell you. They won't tell you the amount of botanicals per litre of alcohol that goes into the still. But what we don't tell you. So if you see me at a gin festival, don't ask me that because I won't tell you. But what we do with the raspberry is we put a slightly less amount of botanicals in as we do in the London Dry as a ratio. But what we do is we add the raspberry, we add fresh raspberries to it. So we've started off, we added the fresh raspberries to it, and it was nice, but it just didn't have that one thing that we were looking for on there. The colour went in there, but I didn't get that deep raspberryness. So what we did was, we realised when we take the raspberries out, when you take the raspberries out, all the colour leaches out completely of the raspberries. But there's still a lot of flavour left in those raspberries. All those little wiggly bits and little curly bits you get in the raspberries, I thought, we're not doing anything with those whatsoever. I'm not giving them to the local jam maker to go make some jam with. We did initially, yeah. But there's a lot of alcohol still left in those raspberries. So what we did was then we ground all the raspberries down. We took the raspberries for sale, put them through a grinder, I don't know what you call it, it's like a massive NutriBullet kind of thing. Turns it all back into a liquid, and then we put that back in. And then it got what we wanted. It got that little bit of a difference. It's not sweet. Raspberries aren't sweet. Strawberries are sweet, but we get a really, really fresh earthiness with it. Fantastic with an elderflower tonic.
And the smell.
Yeah, the smell. Yeah.
The smell is wonderful.
The smell, yeah,
it's fruit. It's fruit with that touch of fresh pine from the juniper. It is beautiful.
And it's a gin. It's 40% still. It's not a liqueur. No, we don't add sugar. All we do is add the raspberries in there to cut it back to, and we add the liquid that we grind up in the NutriBullet to put back into there. So that's how we get the raspberry. 40%. I get told off for saying this, but I have a love-hate relationship with this raspberry because it's not what I set out to do. I set out to create this, and this was born out of peer pressure of people saying, "What's your flavour?" And I'm like, well, it's juniper, coriander, peppers, spices. They're like, you not do lemon drizzle cake? Do you not do anything? Anything? I'm like, no. So I thought, well, I had to develop something that went along those lines. So that's why we did this. But this isn't sweet. It's not a sweet gin. It's very, very raspberry. If it was Smell-O-Vision, you could smell it. It'd be lovely. But it's very fresh. We pair that with either an elderflower tonic or a ginger ale. Not ginger beer, ginger ale. Really nice. Fresh raspberries, bit of mint from the garden just behind you. Absolutely fantastic.
Subtle
really,
background notes from the peppers and the spices, that fresh raspberry. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. So these are our two. We have got some other ideas about what we want to do going forward in this. We're sat at home doing nothing. We haven't closed the distillery.
That's the dog.
The dog's seen a rabbit outside. Gone berserk. So we haven't actually decided what we're going to do. I've got a few ideas about what I want to do going forward with the next brand, with the next kind of flavour. You will see what the dog's after. It's either a rabbit or an intruder. I'm not quite sure. I hope it's a rabbit. But yeah, so that's we stick with the raspberry. The problem is when you go to have your bottles printed, you have to have them printed in some big numbers to try and get some economy of scales out of it. So we're just coming to the end of that. We're going to now probably have a generic bottle printed where we can just change flavours, not on a regular basis. I think from the video you'll have seen that we do sort of 300 at a time. I've added another couple of ideas. I want to do something a bit more local. We live sort of in the depths of Yorkshire.
There is actually deer in the garden.
Is there?
Yeah. There's a deer just jumped over all
There's a deer just jumping through the garden.
Bella can't believe it. Neither can I.
Bella's the dog. That's why they don't should have it. That's the problem. But, so what we're doing is we decide what flavours we want now. Yeah, go and close the door. Don't let that dog out. Should we bring her here? Bring Bella here. Bella, come here. Come here. Let's have it. Here's Bella. Come in. She doesn't like being picked up. Here's Bella. Say hello. Say hello. Hello. There you go. That's our German pointer. So there we go. So we're kind of drawing to an end of where we are. I know we've run over a little bit.
Was there any questions?
Is there any questions? Let's have a look.
There must be something that you want to ask.
Yeah, we forgot to mention it's Darren Powell.
Questions.
Darren Powell's birthday. Somebody's planning a visit to Holmfirth in November.
Please come and see us.
Come and see us. Send us a message. Licensing is very strict around here. And what we have done, I don't know whether you probably did. You probably laughed and noticed that we had the white coats on and the hairnets on when we went into the distillery. We recently got applied for and went through the rigorous process of getting a SAUSA accreditation, which is a bit for anybody in the sort of engineering industry. That's the ISO accreditation. They come and check that you've got procedures in place. You can track products. You know where things have gone. So you have to abide by. If we're doing tastings, people have to sign in properly and check everything. We don't know where we're going to go with what's going to happen at the end of this. But if you're in Holmfirth, give me a message on Facebook. We're on Divine Gin on Facebook, social media, the website www.divinegin.com. I tell you what, we've got a discount code which is FRIENDS10, all in capitals. It's 10%. Do that if you want. If you fancy a bottle of raspberry or London Dry, you can have 10% there. Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah.
But, yes, we do gin tours. Bella is cute, says Steve. Yeah.
Steve.
Hey, rum on that dog. It's a rum and that dog. Yes, it is.
No, she's a ginin, not
She's
a woman.
a ginin, not a woman. Whatever that is. Yeah. So. Oh, hang on. It's coming in. It's going thick. This is new to us. We're living on Firth, remember?
Yes, we're not used to technology.
I need to put all comments. Hang on. Real time comments. Here we go. Tom. Hello from Carol. Is that us? No, that's not us. That's not us. I don't know where we've gone. Have we just come offline? There we go.
Any last questions?
Any last questions before we go? You know, fire them into us.
However, if you type any in there, we will respond later anyway.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm back onto you now. I've got you now. So, Dion says the Divine Gin is lovely. Which one is it?
This one.
No. Don't. It's Friends, no gap, 10.
All
Friends,
capital letters,
10.
capital
All
letters.
capital letters. Friends, no gap, 10. Yeah. There we go. My favourite. Oh, thank you very much, Joanne. That's lovely. Are we enthusiastic? I think it might just be the gin. I do.
That's how good it is.
Do you need a taster? We always need tasters. Dave.
Come and seek us out at the next festival.
We do. What we do? We have had a little thought about what we're going to do next. And I can't remember what it is now. We're looking to do another one. We did a bit of a test for somebody. We did something that we ended up making into a barrel aged gin, didn't we? Where we went and got a lot of heather off the moor, just off Saddleworth Moor near Digley Reservoir, and we got a load of the little yellow ghost flowers. I don't know if you ever tasted those little ghost flowers. They taste and smell of coconuts. If you give them a little squish up, they taste of coconuts. Absolutely fantastic. So we used that as a sweetness. We did it for a guy who's become a good friend of ours, another one of the community. We're looking to do something for a golf club up in True, and that ended up being really nice. And I thought we could do kind of a last of the summer wine, sort of Yorkshire kind of picture thing, you know, with a landscape on there, and do that as a Yorkshire gin. What was the other one we did an experiment with? I'm trying to think, the gin
The berries.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've got the taste. Well, we did try it. Yes. There's another one that we tried. It's not the one with the drink.
Oh right.
We did try another one. It was a brand of a berry. It was a hybrid berry. It was called a chuckleberry. A chuckleberry, and it was. I didn't quite know where to go with it. I didn't want to call it chuckleberry gin, for obvious reasons. I wanted to keep with the Divine kind of brand, but it's that. If you ever get the chance to try a chuckleberry, and it's not a joke, honestly, it's not a joke. It's a proper fruit. Have a go at that. That's really nice. But it is. Well, I'm going to have another gin now. Thanks a lot. Thanks to Layla. Thanks for everybody at Prosecco and Gin. We've had a lovely time. You know, we've sat here for 2 hours before. I'm thinking, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to say? Let's hope the internet connection stays connected. Literally 15 more minutes before we came on, we had no internet whatsoever, at all. Literally before the first guys came on Yoggin, we had nothing whatsoever. We were restarting routers, unplugging, put things back in. Thank goodness it came back on. We've had a lovely evening tonight.
We hope you have too.
All the other brands have been fantastic. Thanks a lot to all of them. The people who've hosted it have been brilliant. Really enjoyed your company. Thanks a lot. Take care in these troubled times. Appreciate it.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye. See you later.
And we look forward to meeting you at a festival in the future. Obviously, Gin and Prosecco Festival in the future.